our sector, for some reason that we could not comprehend, wasn't permitted to do essentially the exact same thing that film and TV was doing, which was recording our artists in a rehearsal hall, being fully compliant, following all the rules and regulations that were applicable at any given time. The Toronto Alliance for the Performing Arts, our acronym TAPA, is an art service organization, and we represent 164 professional theatre, dance, and opera companies in the city of Toronto. As a leading ASO, it really does reflect the range and the diversity of the city of Toronto. It includes not-for-profit, venued, and commercial companies. So it's a real kaleidoscope from institutions that are nationally and even internationally known to smaller, emerging, non-venued companies. Because of the circumstances around the pandemic, we needed to advocate provincially because everything that was happening to our theater, dance, and opera companies in terms of their inability to produce work, to rehearse work, to broadcast, to tape and then broadcast at a later date. None of that was possible because of the restrictions that were being dictated through the provincial government.
Live arts behind. I am begging this government to accept the clear and evidence-based demands of the Fairness for Arts Ontario campaign and many other arts organizations.
I think in our advocacy work, it's an ongoing factor that it's a given that you have to educate the bureaucrats, you have to educate the politicians. You can never assume that they understand how theater, dance, and opera function. So I don't think that it was intentional. I don't think that we were targeted, but I do think that there was a lack of understanding of how our sector operates. We were contributors to the Lights On Reopening Guide in partnership with Ryerson University. And that guide also is critical for our members to have a place where they can go to and a resource. At the beginning of the 2021 season, we did launch I Miss Live Theatre TO.
This year, for the first time in our history, this space has been silent due to the cancellation of our production of The Comedy of Errors.
While many parts of our economy cautiously begin to reopen, the performing arts are in the dark. We were amongst the first to close and will be the last to reopen. The impact to date of the COVID-19 pandemic in the theater, dance, and opera sector for the TAPA membership is projecting $500 million in lost ticket sales and 20 million lost audience members. These numbers are staggering.
You couldn't buy a ticket to see anything. We were still there. We were still in the wings. We were still existing. Don't forget about us. And it was a huge Instagram success with over 5 million hits on social media and stories being shared from the public in an overwhelming, I think, response, positive response, sympathetic response that, yes, we miss theater, we miss dance, we miss opera, and we can hardly wait until you're back.